Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both and a dog. Today we're talking about reframing negative thoughts, which sounds as boring as it is, but it helps, it works, it's a good thing. Hear me out, right? As people with BPD and NPD, we have a lot of negative thoughts. We have them about ourselves, we have them about other people, we have them about all kinds of things, right? You know, the splitting on things, that everything's good, everything's bad, and the bad stuff, it's all negative thoughts, right? And on top of that, we have all the, you know, like the I don't deserve things, I always fail, I always do this, I always do that. And even on the NPD side of the fence, there's always the I'm not good enough, I've not done enough, what I've never succeeded. You know all the classic stuff, right? All negative thoughts. This is pretty straightforward, basic sounding stuff. I don't think I'm really giving you anything pretty revolutionary here. But here's the thing. Most of it's rubbish, right? Most of it's rubbish. I'm trying to think of other more adult words for that, and I can, but I'm trying not to say them on a monetized YouTube channel. It's not true, all of these negative thoughts. We're an absolute buggers for that, as my mother would say perhaps. It's what we do. We come up with these negative thoughts and we use them to either continue feeling bad or as an excuse to not try things or not do things or all kinds of negative reasons. I mean, we could sit here and list them all day. It's one of those pointless exercises, right? Why are negative thoughts bad? Well, you know why. But we have to retrain ourselves. It's tricky to do. This is one of the more practical elements of BPD and NPD. You going to stay there? Okay, good. This is one of the more practical day-to-day elements of BPD and NPD. It's very DBT-ish, this kind of stuff, right? Instead of seeing that glass as half empty, you've got to see it as half full. That's easier said than done, isn't it? I mean, you've got to get to a place where you're willing to see a glass as half full. That takes work in and of itself, right? You can't just switch this stuff on tomorrow, right? There are times when I've been in the depths of despair, when I think everything is ruined, I don't deserve love, I think I've failed at everything I've ever tried. And if someone came along and said, you know, well, chin up, the glass is always half full, I think that might have made me violent at the time, right? It's just another, there's plenty more fish in the sea. It's true, but you don't want to hear it. Who does, right? I want to sit and wallow with my half empty glass because that's what I'm used to feeling. That's what I expect. The glass is half empty. And the water's probably poisonous, and the glass will probably cut me anyway, and if not, as I drink from it, it will probably act like a magnifying glass for the sun's rays and burn me. That's us, right? The eternal pessimists, the eternal nothing is ever good enough people. That's us. Welcome to the world of Cluster B. You've got to develop a bit of an attitude. You've got to develop kind of a thicker skin. And this is why it's not easy, right? You've got to be emotionally in a place to do this, right? Because you're going to start removing safeguards that you've built up over the years. This glass is half empty thing is a safeguard. Like I said, it keeps us in a state. It keeps us protected in our comfort zone, wherever that is. We don't have to push on. We're afraid. We've got the sphere. We can leave it. Keeps us paralyzed, keeps us immobile. And we have to get to a point where we can say to ourselves, right, it's time to try and push on. It's time to have a go at that. And it's going to hurt. I have to run through thorny bushes in the rain and it's cold and people are going to throw stuff at me and all kinds of stuff. That's what it's going to be like emotionally. But you've got to feel tough enough to do it. So I was going to, you know, when you start thinking about making a video on reframing negative thoughts, you start thinking about, what tips can you do? How can you do that? And there's lots of videos like that out there. And in fact, probably today's TikTok video is probably going to just become another one of those videos. But the truth is, we're missing a step. We're missing a step or two or three beforehand. This whole idea of just start trying to see the glasses half full, and we can work on that, right? There's things we can do to start trying to see the glasses half full. But when you're feeling awful day to day, you're quite comfortable with that glass being half empty, right? You've got to decide. You've got to make a choice, an active decision to pursue a better way of thinking, a better way of being, to move towards being the person you want to be. You've got to decide to do that. Oh, we just say that, we just throw that out there like, oh yeah, you've got to decide to do that. Like, oh, okay, that's easy peasy. No, God knows how long you've been feeling awful for. Right? We don't just switch it off like a tap. We don't just get over it one day. Like, now's the day to start reframing our negative thoughts. Now's the day to just, I'm going to become the person I want to be today. No, you're not. No, you are not. We have to be in a place to heal. We have to be in a place to accept not the intricacies and details of how our thoughts have been wrong. He's going. Where is he going? We don't know. Maybe he's just going to lie down somewhere else. Maybe he's going to derail the entire video. Or he's going for a drink in the kitchen. Anyway, he's opened the door, which you'll hear the washing machine now. Anyway, never work with children or animals. What was I saying? You've got to be in a place to heal and accept that your thoughts need challenging. Again, easier said than done, isn't it? Your thoughts need challenging. Well, hopefully if you've come this far, if you're looking up videos on BPD and MPD, if you're a subscriber of mine, then okay, then hopefully, never work with animals, then hopefully, are you going to come and sit down, buddy? Then, unless a man would quit now, unless a man would give up and edit at this point, it's not happening. We are going with this. I decided to start a video with the dog in it, and we are going through to the end. Reframing your negative thought and deciding that you should reframe your negative thoughts. Chip away at it. Pick one, right? Pick one. You know what negative thoughts you've got, right? Pick a situation. My favorite one, the one I started with, was replying to text messages. People replying to my text messages. Going to bump the tripod again. I don't know what's happening. This adds an edge of excitement to a video, doesn't it? I should do this. Every video will have something on the edge of something balancing. Is it going to go or not? Paisley, can you just sit down and be a good boy for like 2 more minutes, please? I don't think we're ready for this level of edginess in a BPD video. Oh, anything could happen. He's feeling playful, clearly. Yeah, we know. Now's not the time, mate. I'm just trying to say to pick one thing, and that I started with people replying to text messages because they don't always do it right away, right? Sometimes they don't do it for ages. And I used to get upset. He's settling down. He's circling. He's going to sit. This is fine. Is he going to settle on the tripod, though? It's like a roulette ball. No, he didn't. He's down. He's just looking at me. Good boy. He's a good boy. People don't reply to messages immediately all the time. And in that period between sending the message, seeing they've received a message, God, how modern technology has screwed with us in that way, right? You used to assume a message had not arrived or whatever. Now you get that, double check mark, they've definitely got it. That is on their phone, that message. There's no denying it. So why haven't they replied? Is it because they hate me? Is it because that are actually just putting up with me, and they're looking at it and they're going, oh God, it's Rich texting again. I know, you have to reframe this, because there are lots of reasons why people don't reply to text messages, right? People don't reply because they're busy, because they've lost their phone, because they forgot that you messaged, because they did that thing where they thought they replied but they didn't, or because their kid is hurt and they've had to go to school or hospital or something like that. Maybe they've been hurt. I mean, that's a bit dramatic, but it's possible, right? And all of these reasons are other than they hate you now. Don't cry, dude. I mean, I like 2 minutes, honestly. I mean, we've gone over the 10-minute mark at this point. It's difficult. I'll be right with you, and then we will play with your toys. I promise. So you start making a list of things that are reasons why people might not be answering your text message. Will you come and see me or something? Come and see me. Come and sit up on here with me. Come on, it'll be good for the end of the video. Come and sit up here. What's this? Come on, buddy. Come on, Pace, up on the sofa. He's just staring deep into my soul saying, come here, human. Writing things down helps. He's derailing me. It's not going to happen. Writing things down helps. You hacking something up there? Okay. Writing things down helps, and you end up with this big long list of reasons why people might not answer their text message to you right away. And suddenly you feel almost a bit silly for ever feeling bad about it in the first place. And it suddenly... I mean, that's just inconsiderate and interruptive. I don't know what to tell you, mate. I don't know what to... Come on. Come on. Just 5 minutes. I know you want your tummy rubbed. I know. I'll be right there to rub your tummy. You end up with this long list of things and you feel silly forever worrying about it. I know, right. So you get my point, right? Reframing negative thoughts. It's a good thing. This doesn't need to be a 15-minute video, but we're edging to that. Anyway, I'm going to do some like actual DBT tips or whatever. I don't know. Go and check out my TikTok and shorts and that sort of thing. See you over on Patreon. I have extra videos in there and stuff like that. I will see you later. You take care. Bye-bye. He's gone quiet now. Yeah.